Good evening, I'm Jeff Lyons. It is 9 o'clock here on August 27th, Wednesday night. Time for the First Alert Weather Show at 9. Thanks for joining us. If you have comments or questions, you can put those on the 14 News Facebook page, and we'll check those out about halfway through. What a day. We started with a record low this morning, got down to 50, which we thought might happen. Some spots, especially over toward Paducah, were in the middle 40s this morning. 48, I think, at Cape Girardeau, and 49 or 48 at Paducah. Now, it's not going to get that cool tonight. We have clouds returning, and the 80s will come back again tomorrow. We did hit 80 today, so we're kind of back in the normal range for this time of the year, and a beautiful weekend on the way. There really isn't any fly in the ointment for the forecast going into the weekend. It's going to be great weather. Our dew points are in the right area here, mid-50s, and of course anything below about 60 we consider to be quite comfortable out there. The lower the dew point against the temperature, the drier the air is, and the more capacity it has to cool, which is exactly what it will do tonight. We should drop down to about 55. And then it's on autopilot all the way into next week. We have highs pretty much around 82 to 85 degrees each day. No rain showing up, at least not through the weekend. The GFS is trying to generate a little more significant rainfall by the middle of next week, and we'll get into that part of the equation here in just a minute. Across the country, that cool Canadian air has really percolated all the way down here to Birmingham, and even along the Gulf Coast, lower 80s there, and of course more humid. We don't even have any hundreds to show you tonight. Las Vegas at 96 and Phoenix at 98. And here around the region, we have mid-60s right now. The clouds are kind of holding that temperature up. The cooling isn't quite as efficient when we have a cloud deck up there. When it's clear, the heat goes right into space. Cloudy, it kind of acts like a blanket to keep us a little bit milder. So there are the numbers, and you see that old 51 record from 1946 replaced by today's 50. And the other concern, of course, we have is the lack of rainfall. Now, we will see the temperature at least holding in the lower 80s, but we've gone nearly an entire month without significant rainfall. We had one rainy day here in August, and that was back a couple weeks ago on the 12th when we had about a half an inch of rain, but that was spotty. Just so happened it hit at the airport. Some of you have had rain in your yards and at your house, but most of us have not seen any significant rainfall this month, which puts our monthly total now almost 2 inches below normal. We have trended the average temperature below normal too, so we are cooler and drier here for August. And tomorrow we'll follow suit. We have highs in the lower 80s again during the afternoon. A couple of areas we're watching on the U.S. map here. One, we kind of have a little more active weather pattern in the southwest. We have weather, basically rain and moisture coming up off the Pacific due to the monsoonal flow, which happens this time of the year where the wind direction basically reverses, and we have moisture then moving in on shore, and then that's working over the Rockies and down into the Red River Valley here. We don't really see it penetrating the tri-state because that high pressure is blocking everything out. Our tropical system is starting to break up already. I'm not even going to put the stats on there, but Vernon is going to go down to tropical depression status. The tropics themselves here, this would be the intertropical convergence zone or the hurricane belt, which is north of the equator, starting to get a little more active now. We have several storms spinning off of the coast of Africa and moving here toward the Caribbean. None organized to the extent that we would expect tropical development in the next 3 to 5 days. At least the National Hurricane Center has not outlooked any of those areas yet. And a little stormy weather here in the western Caribbean and off of Cuba, and then into the Gulf we go with clear conditions there pretty much across the entire thing. Thunderstorm risk, minimal. We have a little marginal risk, level 1 out there around Denver, but otherwise here in the tri-state we have nothing going on here for the foreseeable future in the way of thunderstorms. On the hour by hour, that high pressure that is keeping us high and dry will stay pretty much in the neighborhood. It gets off into the Appalachians and then down through the Tidewater and eventually vanishes there in the Atlantic Ocean. But all that while, we remain pretty dry. Next week is a little more interesting, at least. We have a low pressure developing, at least it's showing here in the models on the GFS. And if a cold front gets together and we can get enough moisture out ahead of it, we would have a fighting chance for some rain. And this actually shows the low coming right across, so maybe even some thunderstorms too as we get through Wednesday and Thursday. The European kind of holds off on rain until later next week, like Thursday, Friday, but the same general mechanism, a cold front coming through at that time. So either way, hopefully we will see some rain next week, and we won't go into drought conditions across the area if we haven't already. 55 tonight. It will be cloudy, overnight, and then 83 tomorrow. Sunny and warmer. The extended forecast is pretty dry and pretty quiet here through Labor Day and into the first part of next week. And that long-range temperature outlook keeping us cooler than normal there for the first week of September, and a little wetter than normal too, as we have that chance of rain there Wednesday through Friday next week. Our pet pick tonight, this is Reese the cat. I guess you knew that was a cat. Hopefully you did. Anyway, Reese enjoying a little sunshine there this morning. Looks like he's on the floor there, or she's on the floor. All right, let's have a look at your questions and comments here this evening. And get those pulled up here. We got Paula Schaefer watching. Hey, Paula. Cindy Sibes in there. The weather is scrumptious. There's a good adjective. I haven't come up with that one. Scrumptious. I like it. Sounds like Dairy Queen, we'll open an ice cream stand here. And Jeanette Rice says, good evening. Caston Lowry's on there too. Caston's probably back in school. He's studying weather there quite a way. Oh, my niece Carolyn is on too, or Carolyn is on, Logan Delaney up in Fort Wayne. What are you doing on here? It's nice in Fort Wayne too. It's a little bit cooler up there in Allen County. So glad to have you on. It's a family affair here tonight. Quick science corner for you this evening. We have the potential for, this is going to show a dust storm. That wasn't what I wanted to talk about, but let's see. Oh, you know what? I didn't put it in there. I got busy doing something else. I was going to talk about flash drought, so we'll just skip that. And basically, a flash drought occurs, and may be occurring right now, when we have a prolonged period, say 4 weeks or more, without measurable rainfall within an otherwise wet year. Up until the end of July, it's been extremely wet. I mean, we were 10 inches wetter than normal by mid-July. Now we're kind of whittling into that surplus for the year. And the main thing about a flash drought is it can be just as bad. Your plants die, your grass turns brown and so forth, and the soil begins to harden up and not want to receive any more rainfall. So hopefully we will get some rain next week, and we will alleviate any concerns for a flash drought. I appreciate you watching the First Alert Weather Show here at 9 o'clock. I will see you on 14 News at 10, and again back here tomorrow night at 9. Byron Douglas is back in the morning, and Arden will have you covered during the afternoon. Stay safe, and thanks for watching.